Hello and welcome to Maths Learning. In this video, we will look at how to do long division. When doing long division, there is a sequence of tasks that we have to do which repeats until we complete the long division. First we divide, then we multiply, then we subtract, and then we bring down a number. This will become clearer in a minute. Let's start with a division that has no remainders. I have chosen 1687 divided by 7, which equals 241 with no remainder. So how do we work this out? First we write out the division like this. I have a grid background because we need to line up the numbers in columns below. We start with the first digit 1 and start the first task division. We divide 1 by 7. The answer is 0. We will ignore the remainders throughout. We write the 0 above the first digit. Now, because at the start of this division the answer is 0, we do it again with the first two digits, 16. We divide 16 by 7. The answer is 2. Remember, we are ignoring the remainders. We write the 2 above the 6. Now that we have a non-zero, we can move on to the second task, multiply. We multiply this 2 by 7, which equals 14, and we write it below the 16. Now we move on to the third task, subtraction. We write a line under the 14 and we subtract 14 from the 16 above. This equals 2 and we write it below. Now we move on to the next task, bringing down a number. We bring down the next number, 8. Now we repeat the cycle with the first task again, divide. We divide 28 by 7, which equals 4. We write this above. Now we move on to the next task, multiply. We multiply this 4 by 7, which equals 28, and we write this below. Now we move on to the next task, subtraction. We draw a line and subtract 28 from 28, which equals 0. We write this below. Now we move on to the next task, bring down a number. We bring down the last number, 7. Now we repeat the cycle again with divide. We divide 7 by 7, which equals 1. We write this above. Now we move on to the next task, multiply. We multiply this 1 by 7, which equals 7. We write this below. Now we move on to the next task, subtraction. We draw a line and subtract 7 from 7, which equals 0. We write this below. Now there are no more numbers to bring down, and we have ended with a 0, so the division is complete. The answer is 241 with no remainders. Now let's do a division that has a remainder. I have chosen 1341 divided by 23, which equals 58 with a remainder 7. First we divide the first digit 1 by 23. The answer is 0, so we put a 0 above. Now we try the first two digits. We divide 13 by 23. The answer is still 0, so we put the 0 above and try the first three digits. We divide 134 by 23. The answer is 5. Remember, we ignore the remainders. We write this 5 above. We multiply this 5 by 23, which equals 115. We write this below. We draw a line. We subtract 115 from 134, which gives 19. We write this below. We bring down the next digit, 1. We divide 191 by 23, which equals 8. We write this above. We multiply this 8 by 23, which gives 184. We write this below. We draw a line. We subtract 184 from 191, which equals 7. We write this below. Since we have used up all of the numbers and there's no numbers to bring down, and 7 is less than 23, the division is complete. So 7 is the remainder. So the answer is 58, remainder 7. Now let's suppose you wanted to go on and instead of writing a remainder, you wanted to write a decimal, where we put a decimal point and add several zeros depending on how many decimal places you want the answer to be. Now we continue the process. We bring down the next digit, 0. We divide 70 by 23, which equals 3. We write this above. We multiply this 3 by 23, which equals 69. We write this below. We draw a line. We subtract 69 from 70, which equals 1. We write this below. We bring down the next digit, 0. We divide 10 by 23, which equals 0. We write this above. We multiply this 0 by 23, which equals 0. we write this below. We draw a line. We subtract 0 from 10, which equals 10. We write this below. We bring down the next digit 0. We divide 100 by 23, which equals 4. We write this above. Now that we have 3 digits after the decimal point, we can round to 2 decimal places. At first, when starting to do long division, it may seem a little complicated, but if you remember the sequence of tasks, divide, multiply, subtract, and bring down a number, it will help. Hopefully you found this video helpful, and if you did, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to share, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.